Please join me in welcoming my friend, your friend, our friend, Harris Oberlander. Thank you.
Well, I can't outdo Marcus Pryor. Let me just tell you. And everybody knows that I don't like the limelight. It's very difficult. I do want to thank the rabbi and pastor, my rabbi and my pastor. And it may sound funny to say that, but I want you to know that our founder, Creighton Story, who established, Reverend Creighton Story, an Episcopal minister, when he died, was so ecumenical that the Jewish newspaper said, "Our pastor has died." It's in the April 1930 archives at the Albany Institute of History and Art. And that's what Trinity is. Trinity was there for immigrants when today immigrants are being chased down. Trinity was there when individuals were fleeing the Jim Crow South to come north to better environs. Trinity was there like every other settlement house. And that is why, and I'm sort of deviating from what I have to say, that is why this is the dream of my life. It's everything that I've been taught and everything I believe in, that we're all together, that we are all equal, that love should outpace hate and destruction. And we all have a role in that. And I believe that deeply. It was hard, but it was worth it. So thank you both, Rabbi and Pastor, and Marcus. I can't outdo you. I'll try to keep up with you. Thank you so much for your kind words. So this is overwhelming and it's nerve-wracking. And thank you all for being here. I am blown away that this happened. Trying to capture my 20 years at Trinity in several minutes is hard enough. Trying to thank everyone who's inspired me and is responsible for our success is beyond me. I did try. I wrote several versions of this speech, trying to get it down and to thank everyone. Inevitably, I realized one of two things would occur. Either I would surely miss one of you and who shared their wisdom, your guidance, your love in transforming Trinity from barely holding on to its current vitality, and that would break my heart to forget any one of you, the people who have nourished my soul. Or two, if through some miracle I could cite each and every community member, donor, team member, program or business partner, volunteer or official that helped, the list would be so long that I would be standing here alone and you guys would all be asleep. So forgive me and know that each and every one of you is loved and appreciated by me. That said, there are some people I must recognize. None of this would be possible were it not for the support and leadership of past President Greg Stapleton and our current President, Beth Carey. I truly don't understand how they do it. They have jobs. They've spent countless hours building our board of directors and guiding me in the pursuit of the fulfillment of our mission. We owe you the deepest gratitude. The board has been the foundation behind all we have accomplished through good times and bad. May I ask that all board members, past and present, please rise to be acknowledged. Thank you all, and happy birthday, Tony. Now, and most importantly, I have drawn unending strength from my wife of 42 years, who has served the Albany City School District as a school psychologist for all but 3 years of her career. Every time I have faltered or wavered, and I have, you retaught me the power of unconditional love. My journey would not have been possible, let alone complete, without you. I honor you and I thank you and I love you. As I complete my leg of Trinity's ongoing story, I've pondered our successes and how our focus evolved from survival to where we are focused not only on today, but also tomorrow and far into the future. Again, I could cite our individual accomplishments, listing how we have grown and added so much community and neighborhood infrastructure and new programs and services designed to help meet our mission. Some of these and our current roster of programs and services are found in your booklets. Believe me, it's so tempting to recount the journey and to tell you the stories. But instead, let me list 3 of the whys behind our successes. The first is connectedness, the quantity and especially quality of our connections. I've tried to model partnership in all we do. Trinity's greatest strength has been its readiness to harness the power of our agency with that of others, not just nonprofits, colleges, universities, businesses, other groups and individuals in the community to support and strengthen our neighbors. Connectedness to me means knowing and interacting with our community, learning and not just assuming needs and hopes. It means less talk and more listening. It means staff connecting with neighbors and clients and each other. I can honestly say that Trinity's current team, more than 115 strong, is the most innovative and entrepreneurial of spirit that I have ever witnessed. There are such experts among us. I could recount to you people who are tops in their field in treating individuals who have been traumatized and foster care, and people who are reentering into community from incarceration. You all know who you are, and I hope you know how much I respect you and your work. We learned so much during COVID about caring for one another as human beings, and I thank you all for your trust. I trust our colleagues will bring Trinity to new heights, and the future is bright. So can I ask that Trinity team members, past and present, please rise to be acknowledged. I'm going to do something not on the script. Benna, stand up for a minute. So Corey Ellis and Benna Eldridge were hired to run the Family and Neighborhood Resource Center. And like Marcus has reported, the place was empty. So I stood over the atrium, and those of you who have visited know the atrium, and I looked down and I said, where is everybody? Literally, I said, where is everybody? Benna was, at the time, the program and resource coordinator, I think. And I said, Benna, fill this place up. Please help. Let's get it going. So one night, I'm sitting there. It felt like 9 o'clock at night. And anybody who's been to my office knows there's a ramp going down to my office. And some woman comes lurching down and stops like on a cartoon. And she says, where's the blah, blah, blah group? And I said, we have a blah, blah, blah group? I was like enthralled. I ran to Benna the next morning and I said, Benna, thank you. We are starting. We've kick-started the engine. And it was so nice to have an ally. So thank you. And I only single out Benna. I could single out 25 people in this room and tell you a story like that. Seriously, I am in awe of our staff. So that brings us to the second why, trust. I've worked hard over 20 years to build a culture of trust, both within and outside the walls of Trinity. The community members we serve have often been let down and left disillusioned by broken promises. We vowed not to add to any sense of being forgotten. Much of the credit for that trust building in the community rests with the team. In short, we've always endeavored to follow through. It sounds simple, but in those communities, it means everything. And the final why is passion. As many of you know, working at a nonprofit is hard. The challenges and frustrations are great, the hours are long and irregular, and the pay is, nobody expects to get rich. So, and that's not fair. It really isn't. And we have tried, and we have done a good job to keep our promise both to the staff, also to the staff, to advocate in new contract negotiations for better working conditions and pocketbook situations. So you have to believe in and be passionate about the mission and draw a sense of intrinsic purpose and reward from what you are doing. It's the only way to be successful. I've had that passion every single day. So I'd like to conclude with a story that comes as close as possible to summing up my 20 years at Trinity. One day, around 2007, a little boy in our after-school program recognized me at the Albany County Department of Mental Health. And he said to his grandmother, "Look, Grandma, there's the boss of Trinity." So I turned around and smiled and said, "I'm not the boss of Trinity. You are. I work for you." Each time I saw him afterward in the hallways of Trinity, he would turn to his counselor and group members and he would say, "We own Trinity." And he works for us. And I did, every day. It's been my greatest honor. As you saw in the video, I really am the luckiest and most grateful person who's ever lived. Thank you so much.